And today we're going to talk about the quantum leap for 2025. And what does it mean and how does it work? And let me tell you, everything is possible. It's up to you and to be opening your mind to being limitless and not limited, because it is waiting for you. It is absolutely waiting for you to shine and to move forward into this amazing next year that is just around the corner. And hi, I'm Yvonne Purvis. I'm a transformation coach helping women like rewrite your story. Does not determine anything that's happened to you in your life. You can change. And I want to help you rewrite your story. Know that this is everything in our new life. And welcome all the gentlemen as well. You are here and I'm so excited. I sometimes think I'll coach men as well. And maybe in my group, we can do that. So I'm still just being open to whatever, right? This is what we do. We have to sometimes go with the flow. And flow of life is really, really important in having things come to us and rewriting your story and knowing the next step and the next thing that we're looking for. And so it's super exciting because we are going into a 2025 is a quantum leap jump. Now, how does that mean with rewriting your story? It just means that we are manifesting every day, right? Thoughts become things. I wanted to change an appointment. Like, this is how fast things happen. Okay. So before we get into the masterclass, which I'm really excited to, I think this story, 11/11, this story is really powerful. So I am going to Brisbane on next Friday. I'm going down. I think I'm going to stay the night. My girlfriend said I can stay. I have a few errands to do, but I want to be surrounded in a big city. I want to feel the energy of Christmas and the decorations, right? Because where I live, it's a bit, it's not the same. And so I had an appointment though on the Friday morning at 9, and I've tried to call her. I've messaged her, and now I can't even call her. So I went online this morning and she had an opening for the day before. So I rebooked, canceled the Friday appointment just like that. And now I'm going. I can leave really early on Friday to go down to Brisbane. That is the power of this work. It's not coincidences. If you think it's coincidences, it's the same thing, right? You think of somebody and they ring you. So this whole masterclass is about really tuning into what you desire for 2025 and being open and understanding our thoughts are really, really important. Okay. So I've written down notes so I stay on track. And if you are just tuning in, please make sure to say hello. This channel is growing. It's growing quite quickly. Comment below, say hello. It's going to help the channel. It's going to help the community, and we're going to really help me grow and have help more people, women, men, in understanding that our mind is everything and rewriting our story, which I have been doing since 2019. Really stepping into who am I? And I literally just jumped into a new quantum leap, quantum identity this morning from doing this work, from really embodying this work. And how do we embody it? Doing the work, right? And so let's get into it. I want to do before we get right into it, I want you to know that, welcome to the Quantum Leap Masterclass. And we're really embarking on a transformation, right? It's a transformation within ourselves. It's our mind. It's the things we're saying. It's our subconscious mind. It's what we say to ourselves. It's how we dress. It's our habits. It's how we move. It's everything. So it's not just one thing, but it's our belief as well. The belief is everything. It's the desire to have something more. Then we bring it into the subconscious. Then we have the faith. We know it. We think about it. We dream about it, and we let go. You have to let go of when and how. That is not how it works. We have to trust and have the faith and know it's done. And everything that we are asking for will just show up, will just be aligned with your desire. But the trick with it is that you have to really stay in the belief. If you keep thinking, where is it? I can't see something. I'm waiting for my partner still. I'm waiting for this man. I want to go on this holiday. Where's the money? Show me the money. You're not in faith. You're not in belief and knowing, and it will come. Simple as that. And what you can do is actually have what you don't want come in. Okay. So we want to really, I really want you to understand that this stuff is so powerful, and it is real. It's not make-believe. It is absolutely real. I've seen it in my life. I manifested a lot of stuff last year that I didn't want. And I was in need and limited and lack and fear. And I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to really understand that our beliefs and who we are is everything, even dream body, whatever it is that you want, they all are the same. Some areas seem easier to bring into our lives, right? Some people, it seems to be like a weight and a money thing, I find. Those are the biggest things that really affect us and that we feel that we need to be, okay? Rather than just be with fun and joy. So I didn't do any kind of workbook or anything this time. So I want you to do the work. I want you to get, make sure you've got some paper. And if you don't have it in front of you and just watching it now, make sure to rewatch this and do this work. This stuff, it will change your life, and call in exactly what you want for 2025. 2021 was another quantum year. And I want you to go back and even think about 2021 for a second before we even just think about next year, last year, and this year. Because I was talking to my niece, and we got into 2021, and she had massive things happen in her life as well. She got married. Like, it was just all these things that happened, and it was like, wow, how exciting. Mine was the same, right? Mine was the divorce, moving interstate, getting into a rental property, moving into a home, meeting some new friends. I was just like, and at the time, right, you don't see it, you don't feel it, because I wasn't deliberately knowing where I was going. So when we don't know where we're going, it's not the same. So this is where we want to have a goal. We want to have the desire. We want to have exactly what we are creating, because we are the creator of our lives. And don't let life happen to you. It's not meant to happen to you. We want to create our life. This is the whole thing about rewriting your story. Don't let it unfold for you. You might not be pleased with it. I sat in it. I wasn't pleased with the way my life was going when I was married. It wasn't happening. It was just happening. All right. So now we are creating exactly our reality in our mind, in our thoughts and being. So what happened? Okay. So let's just, first of all, let's just do a little thank you for being here. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, God, for bringing, being able to speak to people all over the world by using YouTube and my Facebook and the collective that bring people into me. You come into me, through me, and I feel you. And thank you so much for everything that we have in this beautiful world. And I'm here to help serve you and show you my own life from my own experience, how I can help you move through your life easier and with more ease and more flow. And I just feel so blessed to be able to do this work. As I said, changing my niche it didn't just happen. It was meant for me to be doing this. I know it from the bottom of my heart, and I feel so blessed to be here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And being in more gratitude is an abundance in itself. And when things aren't going so good, we can sometimes be so much in that things are happening and go into the lack mentality. So this self-awareness alone is really a really big thing. So the more self-aware you are, the more that things will come to you. Okay. So think about now, when we are wanting something, right? The journey of this masterclass today is about really thinking about what happened last year, this year, 2024. So when we know and we reflect back on 2024, it's a really fascinating experience to do. I did it last year and I've done it again this year. And this year I had great things manifest. And then I could see where some of the things in my life were taking me out. I lost my belief in myself and my confidence. And this is where we get to not judge, not criticize. It's about looking at ourselves with full gratitude, love, and grace that we did our best at that time. And now we get to recorrect it. And now we get to be aware of what happened to make 2025 more in flow and more ease in exactly that whatever you are desiring. And those goals need to be matched and planned out of what you would love. As my mentor, I have two mentors, and they always say, what do you love? What do you want to love? What feels good? What would you love? Because you see, the world is meant to be easy. We as human beings create a lot of chaos in our life. We create data in our brain that becomes something we continue to talk about. And we don't want to talk about stuff that isn't serving us. We want to be always in love and grace and, joy. Even the gratitude helps with all of that. And sometimes it's just about letting it go and allowing it just unfolds, right? That's the ease and flow, flowing with the universe, flowing with God. And when we are rewriting our story in any way of any kind of marital, domestic violence, alcoholism, like these things are tough in life. And even weight loss, right? It's sort of in that control area too. It can make us feel so lack and not good in ourselves. And this is where it's about becoming whole as a whole human being, because we are whole people. And when we feel like we're not whole, you're looking outside, you're thinking someone bringing in a partner, or I should go and do this exercise. You're always looking for something. I want you to really come back into yourself and look within yourself. That is the work. This is the work I've been doing, and we do it constantly. We can't stop growing. It's self-discovery. It's personal development. And if you stop growing, you stop doing, that's just like the end, right? And it's like thinking you're going to retire. Like, what does retirement mean? It means that your life is ended. Like, who wants that? I don't want that. So be careful of your words. Be careful of what you're calling in and what you're asking for. It makes a difference in the collective and God helping you, and the universe and source energy bringing it to you. Okay. So reliving what happened in 2024 is really important. So go through every month. So what I did, you want to have January, February, March, April, and you want to have a sheet of paper that has two sides to it, right? So we've got the left side is going to be things that we're wanting, right? So what did you start new in 2024? What inspired you? Was there someone that helped you along the journey? What were the high points of 2024? You just really want to go through when you start looking. And I went through my calendar and my photos to see, because your photos kind of show a lot of what happened or what not happened. Like I had a lot of photos, but a lot of them were more of work of doing like videos and stuff. But then I did have a lot of beautiful photos with friends. I go, oh, I forgot I did that. And that was a great memory for me. Okay. So we want to look at our phones. Some people are more active in taking photos all the time. I think sometimes I just forget to take photos when I'm sort of doing things with friends. So I know there was a lot more stuff in there. I just maybe didn't take the photos. So I'm going to be open to that, right? Like, why didn't I take some photos of my memories? So that's something I need to learn from, right? So you want to know what were the great things. And then you want to really think about January. Like, what did you complain about? What was the things that were hard? What was the things that, that hurt in your life or you struggled in, and what do you need to leave behind? So that's the right side. The right side is really about the things that you don't want to have anymore. They're not serving you anymore. You really want to come from that place of like, you know what? I learned this about last year or this year. I'm saying I'm already into 2025. My energy is through the roof. Already being so inspired what's coming in 2025. And when I did this work, it was really interesting because I saw things in me that I didn't even realize that I was still feeling, and they showed up. And some of them were still from my marriage, like divorce, you know what I mean? It's like over 5 years. You think, you really? But it was awareness. It was awareness to go, right? So remember, don't be hard on yourself. And I saw the last year, the things, but I was in the transition. So when I looked at it, I was like, because there was months where my business wasn't growing, but it was because I wasn't wanting to do it anymore. I was in a transition. I was like, I don't know, is this really what I want to do? I was questioning it. So when we are in that state, that's the manifestation, right? So I wasn't having the new clients roll in at that time because I didn't want to do weight loss anymore. It wasn't aligning with me. I wanted something more fun, something that's more, ease and flow, and really just understanding ourselves and our mindset and our identity. Even though I was doing it with clients and identity, I didn't want to just do that. I want to help, grow businesses, entrepreneurs, grow your business, have those clients rolling in, having those 20, 30, 40, 50K months. Like, what? This is the limit, right? Like, there is no limit to what you can have. I've been an entrepreneur, so entrepreneurship really calls in a business owner. I've been there. I've had businesses. I've had different entrepreneurial businesses. And, but then I've also been just a woman, a single woman that has gone through that divorce. So I feel that is collectively the women I speak to, the women that are in my energy, but it's also speaking to other women that I might not even know, because it's life. It's about balance in your work life and your family life and who you want to be. Maybe you're a writer. I'm just, like I said, I'm getting my book published this year. It's going to be amazing. #1 best author. And this is so fun, isn't it? So, but when I reflected, it was really fascinating because at the time you're just in it. You can't see it. Can't see the vibration and what is going on of what you are, but I'm aware now. I'm more aware again because of this work that I'm doing now. And so when you are doing this, really think about last year, this year, again, 2024, every month, I put it down. What happened? I did write mine. I'm trying to think where I put it. It should be here. Yes. Right. So what did I start this year? And what new business did I do? Like, I started a new business, right? So I want you to be, what inspired me to make whatever change? I had lots of inspired things that happened last year. And what do you love? Like, those are the things that you do every day. Like, I love my running, right? So I want you to really think about all these things in your life and go through January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Even though December's not finished, I've already had an amazing December. Okay. So get really clear. The clearer you can remember and write down, the better this is going to be for you. Right. So I've written all my stuff down. And I just realized one of them I put for January this year, not January last year. That's exciting. So when you start writing all this down, I have to redo that because I actually was in 2025. I was already planning my 2025 because I was so excited. Isn't that so fun, right? So now I get to go back into it and write it out. So reflect on this. It is the most important part of letting go. And then what you want to do is all the things on the right-hand side of your column that didn't serve you, that didn't make you feel good, that held you back, that bothered you, that you just don't want. That can be a lot of the fear, the insecurity, the fight and flight, the scarcity, the relationship, everything that you are done with, and you do not want to be coming into a quantum leap year. You must have a celebration and burn it. Let it go and talk to it when you burn it. I release this. I release that. It is something that is so important to do, and we want to be doing it really soon because the new moon is coming. So the energy right now, we want to have it gone before that moon coming in. So make sure you're doing this and do it before then, so that 2025 is where you can write your intentions of what you want and what you want to bring in. The vision, how do we call in, like, okay, so we've gotten, yeah, so you want to be taking that right side and burn it, okay? This is really, and you can be doing this often. If there are things that are really coming up. So when I was going through the hardest time in my life, which was even the last bit in my marriage, but certainly in the separation, I burnt a lot. I was burning and burning things that were happening to me often to help release it, to help get it gone. So if you feel like you want to keep continuing burning, even though you've done it once and need to keep doing it, do it. Listen to your intuition. That is your calling. It's your, it's just how we start bringing things in. When we are changing and rewriting our story, it's not like it just happens. It's like you're doing the meditation, you're quieting your mind. You are writing in your journal, you're doing your I ams. The I am is the most powerful word because it means that is you. So I am now, fill in the blank. I am now super successful. I am now have a beautiful relationship. Like, fill it in, get descriptive, say whatever it is that you need to say. Be so grateful for what you have right now. They go hand in hand. And when you're visualizing, like, you want to be taking 30 minutes a day, an hour if you can. That hour is your power hour. It gets you in the right place. It helps you feel good. And you're in your imagination creating everything that you've written down, right? So how do we see it? How do we be it? You got to see it. You got to be it, because you got to know that when you are in that creative mind, that you see it and you know it's done. That is the faith. That is the knowing. And then you can relax, just have fun in your normal day, knowing it's done. Yeah. That reflection and that being is so good. The more you do it, it comes faster, right? So making that time is really, really important. And then what we want to be doing, right? This is where the creative plan comes out. Like, okay, so what did you take away from 2024? Like, write it, journal it, be in it. I started doing it and I was crying for some things. I started to release, and it was like big awarenesses. And I was like, wow, can't believe I feel that way. The growth is taking the time. That is the feminine energy. If we are not sitting with oneself, how can you do anything? Like, if you're just keep going, and I know, like, I get it. This time of year can be like you're getting in. I can feel the energy. People are, a lot going on, trying to get ready for Christmas, and there's more deadlines. but you still need to make sure you're making that time for you. So maybe you need to get up earlier, right? Get up 15, 30 minutes earlier so you have time in your day to do some of the reflection, have that quiet time, 5-10 minutes, staying in your mind, do a little meditation, write down some I ams things. Or at the end of the day, everyone's different where they want to grab time. And there is no such thing as time. I got to talk really, I'm reading this amazing book. And it's interesting because I actually read this book, I don't know when, and I'm rereading it, and I don't remember reading it. And I had things highlighted in it, and the things that are highlighted, it was so fascinating because there were things that came up last year. So it was still there. I didn't do the work. Again, I'm just kind to myself. I've got the audio now, so it's even better because you can listen to it more often. And really, you've got to be reading. You've got to be tapping into what you would desire and helping your mindset stay clear. Stay clear of your own chatter, your own limitless, your own belief in yourself, and saying that this isn't going to work and why can't I do? You've got to change your mind. Your mind is the only thing that you have control of. Then we are creating with the God and the universe to have flow and have it come to us quicker. If you can't control this guy up here, you're going to have the same life that you had last year. It's going to be the same way. So ask yourself, you're either running towards something or away from something. If you are running away from a past and an awful marriage and you want to change, then you've got to be so excited about what is coming. If you are running towards, so you are done the work, you're healed, and now you're like, this is my year. I am creating it. This is me this year. I am so excited. This is it. I know it is done. What a great energy to be in. I have to say, when I was running away, it's a different energy. It was still scarcity. It was still some fear for me. Again, everyone is different, and I'm not hard on myself. I allowed that to just go the way it went. But now I've done that work. So now it's like, wow, what's possible? What can I do? How many people can I serve? How many women and men can I help? And that's why I'm so excited for my YouTube channel, right? Being on a platform that is like serving, it's an international platform. So make sure you subscribe, please subscribe. It'd be so fun. Let's collectively really shift the energy collectively here and rewrite our story, right? It's not just subscribing for me, it's subscribing for everyone that is here. It's a collective energy. And like you think about Malibu, how sad, right? With the fires, I don't know how many people lost their homes. And yet the next day or a couple days later, the sun's out. And it's a beautiful like sunrise. It's unbelievable how nature, and when things are happening that are out of your control, you have to be in flow. You've got to just be in flow and be in gratitude that you're safe, because things are things. A house, like I know it's but they're things. Our life is more important, and you have to be in gratitude. You just have to be so much in gratitude that you're safe, and wishing that everything is okay in the collective, right? And the energy of everyone being around us. So when we reflect, it's also those, what were some of those challenges and obstacles that you encountered? Don't suppress. So this is why I started to cry, because I had been suppressing some emotions. So we can't suppress, because then you're trying to lie to yourself. It will never come through. Big one, right? That was a really big one for realizing that suppressing your emotions is basically trying to lie to the universe that you want something, it will never come. Trying to change yourself, and you're still not going to change, because it's your underlining sponsor thought. We have to release. This is why this release is so important. Do not pretend. Do not let something go. Something feels uncomfortable. Ask why. Ask better questions of yourself. Get into it. Don't ignore it. Go deeper and deeper and deeper, as deep as you can go. And that in itself will help start feeling better and believing in yourself and feel more love for yourself and gratitude. Okay. I've done the work. I get it. Because it will shape you when you really understand the stuff that you went through and uncover it. And maybe it's things that have happened to you from many, many years ago that you've bottled up. And there's things in there that you need to let go. You need to embrace and cry and feel and allow it to come out, because energy is stored in our body. And we don't want to store that anymore. We want to have a free soul, a free, loving heart, that there's nothing down in our body that we have pushed down. And that's why this work is so good to reflect on and to allow it to come up. So go through the years, and if things come up, write them down. This is your self-development. It's your self-discovery in you. Learning about yourself is everything. The real you, not the fake one, the real you. Because I faked my life for 10 years, putting on that smile. No one saw my divorce coming through. They were all shocked because we looked like we were living the life. We both faked it, but we knew it at home together. Okay, don't fake your life. It's time to grow. It's time to accept, to be, and to know that you can change it in an instant. Okay, when you let go of everything, you can make those decisions, say, that's it, I'm done with this. And this is where we move forward in 2025 with a beautiful line of beautiful things that are coming into our lives. How's that feel? Feels amazing, right? So vision, right? You close your eyes, see yourself from a year from now. How does that feel? Oh my gosh, right? I just got goosebumps. It's just like so incredible when I see myself in a year. It's just like, this is what you want to be doing. You want to be thinking about the end result. What would you love by the end of 2025, going into 2026? What would you absolutely love? Feel it, see it. Think about, what do you want in your personal life? What do you want in your business, in your professional life? Even if you are at a stage where you might be thinking of retiring, you still want to reflect and say, okay, what else would I be doing? If you have more time, like, you starting a charity or doing things around a charity and traveling and learning and growing. You want to make sure that you're always growing, right? So the growth must continue. Otherwise, you're just not part of the world, right? And that's sort of where I was living, right? In a place of people in retirement and not really doing much in life anymore. So we want to, and yeah, I don't see that. I love what I do. I love that I get to work anywhere in the world. And I have a lot of traveling coming up in 2025, and I'm so excited. So think about, what would you absolutely love that turns you, that you just think, wow, I'd love this. Write it down. I want you to write down at 50 things. 50 things you would absolutely love for 2025. It might be, you want to have a brand new kitchen. You might want to have a beautiful new home. You might want to, oh gosh, it can be anything, right? Get a pair of ski. You want to start skiing. You want to go on a holiday somewhere, like get clear where it is that you're going. You want to get a coach to help you start manifesting more things. Write it all down. I know I'm only at, because sometimes when we think about the first 10 to 20 things can be super easy, because you know exactly what that might look like. It's usually your own financial goals, your relationships, some things that you would love, a new car, a new, like I want a personal assistant, one in Australia, right? Like I am getting clear on things that I would love in my life. So I really, the first 10 to 20 can be super easy. And then you need to think about outside the box, right? But it can be getting yourself a new book. It can be getting yourself into some more personal development. Like it can be learning how to swim if you don't know how to swim. Maybe starting to go to the gym. Maybe you're going to start running. Maybe it's like, again, right? It's endless, whatever you can do. Maybe you want to do a bit of time in doing some community work. It's endless of possibilities that you can be doing and have a 50 list. I remember a coach telling me, write down 100 things. And the book I'm reading at the moment talks about write down 100 things. And I'm like, wow, that just feels, but then he started, talking how simple that is. It's not just big things. We always think big things, right? More money, millionaire, you want to have investments, you want to have a brand new house, new car. They're always the big things, but then it's those small things, because this work next year is not going to just be big things. It's going to be day-to-day stuff. New pair of running shoes. Like really, right? Write it all down. And it's going to be fun because over the year, you're going to be able to start ticking off that list and what you want to do now. Okay. So we've got the vision, right? And then I know I'm going back to the list. So you want to also then start embodying that person that has it all, right? So how would you be? How do you act? How do you wake up in the morning? How do you dress? You can't still be acting in the same body with the same energy and the same attitude, because you're not embodying a different level of person. You can't put no makeup on for a woman. Let's just talk about it, okay? So if you're a female and you want to have a really successful business, you want to be bringing in, a multi-six-figure business this year, like, and you're showing up on camera, and sometimes you're just, being yourself that you are today, you have to step up a level. Different clothes, a little more makeup, different earrings. It shows a different identity. And then we start embodying that identity, and it starts feeling more natural, that we're not feeling like it's, oh, why do I have to put on this extra makeup? I want you to lean into the person that you want to be, right? Like my hair right now, can't wait to go to the hairdressers because it needs a cut. It feels a bit like not stylish right now, because I like how my hair looks when it looks good, because that's the identity, right? And not that, don't look at it as a superficial thing. It's identity. That's all it is. Because I choose to be a certain way, to feel and embody the woman that I am, right? There's no judgment or being new judgment on anybody. If people are judging, you got to let it go. You got to step into your wholeness. Like it's like that movie, The Good Wife, when she was going through her own separated. I don't think they separated when, her husband publicly, he was the mayor or whatever, right? I love that movie. It was such a great show, The Good Wife. And Julianne Moore, she certainly, that show changed her whole life. She became a multi-millionaire. And her identity, man, shifted through that show in and into her life, right? The shows that she got later. But in that show, she used to say, put the makeup on, put the clothes on. Doesn't matter if you're at home feeling like crap. You've got to make an effort in your life. So when we are raising our identity and we want to be in calling and more, especially if we're wanting a promotion at work, you want to have a different job, you want to be, starting your new business even, you want to show up like you know what you're doing. If you're fumbling around, no one's going to hire you. No one, oh gosh, look at her. God, I wouldn't put my money in towards her, right? You want to be the best of the best. always in business, right? I am this amazing. Yes, of course people are going to hire me. Of course they're going to pay for my courses. That's the energy of embodiment, like that knowing. Could you feel that from me? Because we can feel energy in here, right? I can feel your energy. You can feel my energy. So I really want you to be in it. Like, how would you act? How would you be? How would you, when people are speaking and you're not really aligned with them, are you going to say something? Or are you just going to allow it to be and walk away? Or are you going to put your 2 cents in because you think you have to and, you know, show them and prove to them? This is what we need to be aware of. Okay. That's the embodiment. That's the shift. Keep that shift, move into it. So in our goals, we start with big goals, then we break them down so that we achieve them, right? That's the action. Remember, the feminine energy is the goal setting, is the visualization, is sitting in the meditation, allowing, being in flow. But we must take the action, because it's the action, the intuitive hits, the nudges that we get from others and people coming into our life is the action to the goal. Okay. And when you are in flow, it just happens. As soon as you start resisting, it'll start feeling hard and you're going upstream and you're now delaying everything that you've desired. So be aware of that energy and that flow in yourself. Okay. And track your progress. So check in with yourself. I usually at the end of the day say, Yvonne, how was I today? Was I my, best serving self, the woman that I'm being, that I want to be, that I am? So good to check in with yourself and you go, oh, I said that. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I argued here. Like, that's the check-in. Okay. So good, isn't it? So make sure to, okay, so let's go back and have a recap because we're getting close here. So on the left-hand side, you're going to write down, what did you start in 2024? What inspired you? What was fun? What was easy? What happened, like travel-wise, whatever. And on the right side is everything that is no longer serving you. The fear, the scarcity, might be people in your life, the ex-husband, the husband, whatever, the wife, right? Whatever, you gotta write it down, sit in it, allow don't suppress your emotions, feel the emotion, allow them to come out and burn whatever is in there. Okay. Burn it, do a little ceremony if you need to. Some people are I just go to the sink and I burn it and I allow it to go. And I tell you, when I did mine, the flames were out of control. They were just like, whoa. Yeah. And I'll probably do it again. There's a few things that I think I'm going to do again before the new moon or whatever moon. I have to Google and find out what kind of moon this is. Okay. That's the first thing. And then you're going to go in and start thinking, what would you love? That's where you go into your 50 things that you want to create. Okay. What would you love? What do you want? That's your vision board. And then we're going to do a vision board. And say it yet. Write it down and then do some reflection, right? Do some reflection when you're doing the writing, reflections all through this whole process. And then you get your list, and now I want you to put a vision board together, right? You can do it on Canva. You can do however you want. Grab magazines, get photos in there. I think there's not much in magazines anymore. You can find things on the internet. It can be as simple or as creative as you want, but they need to have feelings, right? And you want to see them. So I know sometimes I usually have them on my phone. I do a Canva thing on my phone. I do it on my screen, and I will do it on my board. I'll print it out, and I'm this year going to go and get it laminated so it sits. And I even had one in my bedroom last year until I had to sell my house, right? Then everything I don't see anything except for what's on my laptop and phone at the moment. So, but we want to see it. It keeps you looking towards it. It keeps your vision clear, and it's really powerful to do that. Okay. And what else is there? And don't forget the visualization and the embodying and checking in with yourself. How did I go? You might not do it every day. Maybe you're going to do something different, but you want to have progress to know how far you are going, how things are going. Did I get this done? If you're setting up projects for yourself, the planning of the year, really important. What is your marketing scheme? What is it that you're going to do? Your strategy for what you do in work or life or business. If you work for somebody, they probably tell you, but maybe you're the manager. If you're a lawyer, like how many clients do you want to serve? Like really be intentional down to, every ounce. You want to start that book, write that book, write it down. Everybody has a book or two in them. Great healing. I can tell you that. And what else? That's really it. I've done it quite quickly today, but at the end of the day, it's really a self-discovery on yourself. And I know this year, right? So I did all of this and I had my list and I haven't looked back at it actually. And I had a lot of things come true in my vision. So, but last year was also still a lot of self-growth, right? I changed a lot. My identity shifted, my niche, my business changed. I didn't know that was going to happen, right? So some of these things are magical. So always be aware that, you know what, we can ask for things, but some things that they may come in a different form. So as much as we want something a certain way, we got to be open and allow the universe and source to figure out what's best for you. That's the fun bit. And that's how we detach. We can't look at it thinking this is exactly how it's going to come. Even when we're looking for a partner, your dream partner, you want to have someone in your life, you have the qualification, if you know the values and how he kind of looks and all that stuff, it's got, we get it down, but we also have to just, be open to, not too descriptive, because then you're asking too much. So there's a fine line. But you want to have a lot of detail in there. I do. Okay. So have some fun with this. And if you need to do it twice, do it twice. I'm going to go back and do a little bit more work on my own before the end of the year, especially before the moon. So do that reflection, get that list out. Because if you don't do it in the next couple of days, you know what you're going to do? You're not going to do it. That's humans. We go with the full intention, I'm going to do this work, and you don't do it. You love the video, you're really enjoying this, but how often will you go back and watch it to make sure you've done everything? So I'm really, really would love for you to do this work. It will change your life. It'll change your 2025. You're going to be more in a creative space to have everything you desire. And it's going to be a great self-discovery for you. And who knows? Right? Just who knows? The world is your oyster. God, universe, source are there to partner with you, to help you in life. You don't do it alone. We ask and call in for help, and it makes it a lot more fun and a lot more ease and flow in your life. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. What a fun masterclass. And this is the last masterclass of 2024. And, but I'll be on here with other things, of course. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I have some courses down below. So, there's my membership. I have to add that, but I have my membership and it's starting in 2025. And the membership is a monthly membership, cancel anytime. And this is where you're really going to start deep. This is the deep stuff. This is where things are going to start changing magically for you. Okay. Identity elevation. So fun. And there's a couple of little courses in there. If you want to just start with some of the identity work, there's one for like $30 in there. Anyway, so yes, enjoy. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day and do the work. Don't let it go by. Make sure you do it.